The Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Bet Insured.
Of course, guys, match week 5 in the English Premier League produced some fantastic results, and of course, we are entering into match week 6, and still Liverpool, yes, top in the league with a maximum 15 points, undefeated so far. Guys, welcome to another interesting episode of the Ensure Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Ensure, the biggest and the most reliable sport prediction platform anywhere in the world. I am FM Karika, and of course, the usual suspect, Kaka, is right beside me. Kaka, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing yourself?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course, looking at the performance of Liverpool so far, and they haven't even, lost a game, grinding the result week in, week out after 5 games. Do you see them still? They look like the most serious team to really retain this title. Do you see anything changing? Because your pick was actually Arsenal to go all the way to win the league. Do you think Liverpool stand a better chance?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, on paper, you obviously, I think you can't write Liverpool off. If I still remember vividly, I think I had Liverpool in second, and it was due to was not sure about probably signing Isak and probably a replacement. I think they've been grinding the results, but I think I'll still attribute that to, I think they've been a little bit lucky as well. I think in one of these matches. And at the end of the day, it's a marathon, although it seems as though they might probably be running away with it at this point, but it's still early days. It's still match week 6, and I think they will still have much more difficult fixtures to come. But yeah, I think it shows their stuff of champion. This is what champions do. You always,
they are made of course.
Yeah, they always find a way, and that is the most important thing.
Of course, that is the most important thing. And let me tell you guys that the most important thing is to make sure you keep it logged right here on the Ensure Zone podcast. Make sure you subscribe, you share for others to see, and also put on the notification button to see interesting content whenever it drops from us. And also don't forget to subscribe on www.betensure.com. On there you will see very, very interesting prediction across all sports, and I am certain the prediction we dropped the last weekend, a lot of you had greens. Yes, that is another thing that is certain. Now let's take a look at the result of our prediction from last weekend. Yes, welcome back, guys, and congratulations to all the winners. Yes, congratulations. And if you haven't joined the wagon, yes, this is the time for you to join the train as we are going the winning ways straight into the predictions for this weekend. Of course, match week 6, like I said, in the English Premier League. The early kickoff for this weekend, Brentford will be at home against Manchester United. Manchester United came off last weekend. They had fought 2-1 win against Chelsea. And do you think they will be able to carry this momentum into this weekend against Brentford?
Yeah, I hope so. I think that has been the major concern for Amorim and Manchester United over the past months. Manchester United, you just don't know which one is going to turn up. I mean, I think when it comes to big games, I've always given Manchester United a chance since Amorim came in. But these are the kind of games away at Brentford, all these so-called lesser teams, they tend to probably struggle to break them down. I think that is where Manchester United problem is. But when teams come at Manchester United, we try to play with them, try to play football with them. Manchester United tends to do quite all right. But when it comes to these low blocks team and teams that sit in the back and I'd say Manchester United have it difficult. And at the GTEC Community Stadium, it's a different ball game entirely. You know, Brentford, they are a well-drilled team. They are solid at the back, and they don't give away chances like that. And they are actually very good on the counter. They are good on set pieces. As well. So these are the problems for Manchester United. But coming into this one, I think I see goals in this one, and I think this probably ends in a draw. I think I see a draw at the end of the day in this one.
Wow, fantastic. Kaka is seeing a draw, his vision. But guys, let's go straight into the prediction of this game between Brentford and Manchester United. Of course, this game is predicted to be over 2.5 at 1.73 odds. That's kind of high. 1.73 odds over 2.5 at the predicted scoreline 2-2 the scoreline, and of course expert prediction over 1.5 at 1.20 odds. Straight to the next game, Chelsea at the bridge against Brighton. Brighton, another side that you know their quality. You know, whenever they come at you, they can really make you suffer. Against the Chelsea side that a bit of complaint coming from a lot of their fans for the performance against Manchester United, and some particular players have been mentioned. But then looking into this game against Brighton, I think it's time to, rewrite whatever they wrote against Manchester United.
Yeah, was actually a disaster from beginning to end, the Manchester United game. But I think they have to move on. I'm not sure if Cole Palmer will be available for this one. I think he went off. He had a knockout against Manchester United, and that's a bit of worry. Whenever Chelsea don't have Cole Palmer available, they tend to struggle to create loads of chances. And this is a Brighton side that, on their day, they would cause any team headache. They would cause any team issue. I think the last time they came to the bridge, it was a goal fest. That one where Cole Palmer had 4 goals. But this time, this is a different Chelsea side, a different even look at Brighton in some of their areas, and they are very good going forward. But they are a suspect as well when it comes to defending, and they will give you chances. And Chelsea, I think I'll back them at home against Brighton, and I think we expect another goal first in this one as well.
Of course, a goal first expected. The guys are straight to the prediction of this game between Chelsea and Brighton.
It is expected to be home win or draw. That is 1x at 1.25, home win or draw, and the expected scoreline is 2-1 in favor of Chelsea. And the experts' prediction is over 2 at 1.26 odds.
Guys, straight to the next game. The game of, they say, the yet to be defeated sides. Yes, Crystal Palace and Liverpool going head to head. Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. A very tough game.
Yeah.
So, what do you expect from this game? Because I'm looking at this game as the big game, the cracking game for this weekend.
Yeah, both teams still undefeated so far in the league this season, and I mean, kudos to Crystal Palace and their manager for whatever he's doing. You'd think the loss of Eberechi Eze would cost them a whole lot going forward, but
then they are still waxing stronger.
Yeah, they're waxing stronger. They stuck to their guns, and they are pretty comfortable. At the back, the solidity is there. I think the fact that they retained Maguire, still helping them a lot there. Is their leader, is their captain, and is coming into this one. Liverpool, on the other hand, I think
the firepower.
The firepower in the attack. Even though in recent matches, I think they've struggled a bit. I still think they've struggled a bit. If you've seen Liverpool this season, you would notice that they've been riding their luck in some of these games, and Crystal Palace is a team that doesn't really concede a lot of chances at the back, and their keeper is probably one of the best shotstopper in the Premier League, Dean Henderson. Although Florian Wirtz, Ekitike, I think Ekitike has blended in well, but Florian Wirtz still exactly. I mean, he was dropped for the derby last week, and I still think he might be dropped again for this one. But coming into this one, I think Liverpool has always found it a bit difficult at Selhurst Park. Any team will find it difficult going to Crystal Palace away. But yeah, I just think Liverpool might still ride their luck again in this one.
Wow. Liverpool probably might ride their luck again in this game. Yes, guys, straight to the prediction of this game between Crystal Palace and Liverpool. Yes, it is predicted to be Liverpool win or draw. Yes, Liverpool win or draw at 1.28 odds. And of course, 1-2 in favor of Liverpool, the predicted scoreline. And of course, to DMB at 1.44 odds for the expert prediction. And of course, without wasting time, straight to the next game. Of course, Tottenham will be at home against the Wolverhampton Wanderers. Of course, I don't want to bore you. So straight to the prediction of this game between Tottenham and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Over 2.5 at 1.76 odds is the prediction, and 2-1 in favor of Tottenham Hotspurs. Second half over 1 at 1.32 odds for the expert prediction. Straight to the next, Manchester City against Burnley. Yes, the newly promoted side, Burnley against Manchester City. Might say rejuvenated Manchester City, because of course they have improved from the consistent, the back-to-back losses they had, and of course they won Manchester United, play good against Arsenal, and going into this game, I think they have a shot in winning.
Of course, Man City at home against a promoted Burnley side. You expect Manchester City to probably dominate in all areas of pitch. And although Burnley, on the other hand, I think they defended well against Liverpool, and I think they got a good result as well against Nottingham Forest. And I think if they are defending quite all right. Manchester City, I think although they are firing on all cylinders at this point. I think Haaland is literally on fire. Doku is coming good as well. But I think they will definitely have too much for Burnley this one. Yeah.
Of course, Manchester City definitely will be too much for Burnley to handle. Guys, straight to the prediction of this game between Manchester City and Burnley.
Manchester City is expected to home win at 1.21 odds. And the expected scoreline is 3-0, 3-0. And the expert prediction for this one is first half over 0.5 at 1.22 odds.
And straight Newcastle versus Arsenal, another game to look out for. Newcastle versus Arsenal, because the Arsenal side is a very interesting side. I look at the Arsenal side from the goalkeeper to the attacker, they look solid. The squad depth, the ability for this side to play, they really, really have a lot of potential. Will they live up to that potential? And the game against Newcastle is one to really test if they really, really can live up.
Exactly. Like you said, Arsenal on paper, I think they have the best squad in the league. I think man for man, even the squad depth is there for Arsenal. But I think I've been critical. I think I have my reservations about the way Arteta set up his team. And I think majority of Arsenal fans as well have been quite critical the way they play. I think he's been adamant, especially the midfield three. I think, in my opinion, the midfield three, they are not dynamic enough for me. I think he needs to probably rotate one of Merino for an attacking midfielder, in my opinion. And I think he's limiting... I still feel he's limiting that team. That is why a lot of people have been critical in the game against Liverpool, the game against Manchester City. People felt like if you actually need a go at the league, if you want to go at the league, these are the games you expected at home, expected to be all man out in these games. And I think he's been conservative, playing these three guys in the midfield. But yeah, they found a way against Manchester City to get a draw in that one. Coming into this one, I mean, St. James Park is a stadium that you literally, a lot of people do not find it easy to go play. It is one of the hostile grounds.
They also have fantastic.
They have fantastic. They definitely can hurt you. I think it's been quite a while Arsenal have actually won at the St. James Park. But the absence of Isak in this one. But then I still think they've recruited well in Nick Waterman. They probably might take a few months before he gets running. But then this is a game that, like you said, if Arsenal wants to be title challengers, title contenders, these are the games they're expected to win. But I don't think I see that happening.
Wow, fantastic. Arsenal according to Kaka, might not win this game. Guys, straight to the prediction of the game between Newcastle and Arsenal. Yes, the prediction is expected to be under 2.5 at 1.87 odds. Under 2.5 at 1.87 odds. That's quite high. And of course, 1-1, the predicted scoreline and the expert prediction first half under 1.5 at 1.36 odds. And of course, guys, straight because there are more predictions lined up right here on the Ensure Zone podcast from the English Premier League, the topics, the Italian Serie A, the bonus pick, and of course, the Spanish La Liga. Let's check them out. Yes, so welcome back, guys. It's still the Ensure Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Ensure, that the biggest and the most reliable sport prediction platform in the world. The magic website is www.betensure.com. Now to our 20 order weekend banker on 1xBet, especially curated by our expert right here at Bet Ensure. That this is one of the predictions so you don't want to miss it, because a lot of people have been seeing greens and smiling every time they follow through our prediction. So see them and enjoy them. And of course, guys, it's still on. Yes, you stand a chance to win $200 right here from us at Bet Ensure. How will you be able to partake in this? Just log on to www.betensure.com. There you can play the 12 lucky free predictor. Yes, the lucky 12 free predictor. Yes, I put it right. Lucky 12 free predictor. There you stand a chance of winning $200 if you can get 12 predictions correctly. And if you can get 8 predictions, 9 predictions, 10 predictions, 11 predictions, there are compensations, yes, for you for getting those predictions. Don't miss out of this. Just log on to www.betensure.com and enjoy this package. And of course, this is where we'll be trying to cut in on the podcast for this weekend. A big thank you to Kaka for coming on.
Yeah, my pleasure always.
Of course, I am FM Karik, and of course, right here on the Ensure Zone podcast, don't forget, we don't just predict the future, we actually ensure it. Bye for now.